Okay, I am live here with Denny Springer. He
Hello.
is he's my collaborator on a lot of different initiatives we have here in Steuben, and the most recent one here is Love Steuben. So you might ask yourself, what is Love Steuben? So we want you to imagine a community that comes together and prays over the community and finds ways that we can love on our community together.
Very well.
So with that, we're going to kind of go through and explain what this brainchild is and how we want the community to come and join us in this effort.
Okay. To start, Theresa, would you speak as to the scope and the reach of Love Steuben?
Sure. So this reaches all of Steuben County here in Indiana, and the scope is to have impact on all the different pieces of the community that we could have a positive impact on. And so we're praying over them and we're finding tangible ways that we can love on them.
And who all do you believe needs to be involved to get Love Steuben launched?
So this actually does not come from me solely. So there is another initiative in Fort Wayne. It started off as the citywide prayer gathering and now has been rebranded and is called Love Fort Wayne. And it came out of Global Leadership Summit, or GLS, which is coming up in August. Every August, this 2-day faith-based professional development leadership conference comes to town.
Okay.
And Fort Wayne actually has the largest simulcast location in the entire world. And so the citywide prayer gathering came out of that conference.
Okay.
And so to answer your question more fully, so the people that we need to come join us at the table is we need people that have influence in our community, that are public with their faith, that represent different entities. It doesn't mean the entire entity needs to align with their faith and what they believe, but the individuals in that that belong to that organization are public with their faith. And those would include, obviously, a church. So we need churches to be involved. We also need not-for-profits, nonprofits, not-for-profits, whatever you want to call them, somebody in schools, government, and corporation or business. So these different entities are the ones that we need to come to the table in order to get this up off the ground and running.
Okay. And Theresa, exactly why is it this group is necessary?
So it's a way for the community to come together and connect in person and identify what the needs of the community are.
Okay. And exactly what are the benefits of belonging to Love Steuben?
Again, it's just to make sure that we come together and we are creating a community and we're not in our silos and we're not isolated. We're working together. We're identifying the needs of these different entities too that are coming to the table.
Okay.
And understanding the different resources that we have available, the different assets that we have within the community that we can connect and share with one another. So we can, if there's anything that is holding us back and whatever we're trying to achieve, we want to be resources to one another.
Very well. And when you have these gatherings, what is the frequency? How often are you going to meet?
So we typically meet once a month. At least that is the model that they use in Fort Wayne. And so since they've had success there, we just want to replicate what they're doing there. So once a month. And what Fort Wayne is doing is it's a first Wednesday at 7 a.m. in the morning, and they meet at the Parkview Muro Center, which is on the Parkview North campus. So we've talked about different locations that we can use here in Steuben County, but ideally it's not in a church setting. We want something that's out in the community for people to come and gather, but once a month, early morning.
Okay, very well. And would you explain the 4 pillars for impact in the community?
Yes. So what they focus on, again, and I'm always going to go back to Fort Wayne. This is going to be the boilerplate. basically that we're going to start with. And then if we need to adjust it so that it makes more sense for this community, then we'll do that. But the focus there is the four pillars are um, families, well, schools, families, pastors, and leaders. So, how can we love our schools? How can we love our families? How can we love our pastors? And how can we love our leaders? And it's all covered in prayer. So, essentially, they have a fifth pillar too, and that is prayer.
Very well. And if you're a participant in Love Steuben, exactly what is your commitment?
So it depends on you can just come and join together with the rest of the community and pray over the community in these different areas. And if you want to get more involved, we can form advisory councils where we can find more tangible ways that we can love on these different pillars. So how can we love on our schools? How can we love on our teachers, our students, the parents of the students, the administration, the legislators that are making decisions that have an impact on these schools? How can we love on our families? And so that's anybody that interacts with that family. Moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, the kids, whoever. Love on those families, be a support for those families. And then pastors, carry a huge burden. They see all the needs of their congregations. And so finding ways for them not to feel alone and to give them that extra love and support that they may need. And of course, leaders come in all shapes and sizes. Anybody that has influence on anyone. And that includes parents too. So anybody in any of these different organizations, there's leaders. There are people that other people look up to and want to have them provide some direction. And so we want to love on them too, because sometimes that can be a lonely place as well. And we don't want them to feel alone. We don't want them to think that they're the only ones that are in those positions.
Yes. Well, Theresa, it sounds very interesting and it sounds very informative as well.
So were there any other questions that you think people that might want to get involved would want to know?
I think I am through with my questions, and if you have anything you want to add, please do so.
Okay. Well, so we did actually have our initial meeting yesterday. We had about 8 people in the group, and we identified about 40 other people that we are wanting to reach out. So you may see this video and we're going to share it with you. You are the ones that we identified. So again, we are looking out to people in the community that may have an interest. If you do, great. If you're not at this point, then that's okay too. This is going to be a forever thing. We want to start this, and you see the backdrop there. So that has a rippling effect. And I believe that Fort Wayne did a great thing, and they are having a rippling effect in the other communities. There's a Love Huntington. And I know that DeKalb has a prayer group. So where the community comes together and they pray corporately. Warsaw has a prayer group there as well. They're a big faith community. So I'd just like to see it happen here in Steuben County.
And here we're launching in Steuben County.
Yes, absolutely. So if you'd like to be at the table, reach out to one of us. A lot of you probably know me by now. And then Denny is here as well. So you can reach out to me. You can call me or you can text me. My phone number is 260-750-7050. But we also have other people that if you already have a relationship with them, go ahead and let them be your point of contact. We will continue to meet together and just talk about ways that we can get this up and going and talk about the logistics of how to make it happen. We are having our next meeting on Monday, July 31st at 3:30. And we are doing that at Faith Harvest. So thank you to Heidi Hayes Camp. She is the one that is hosting the meeting for us. So we have a place to meet, and it's going to be a meet and greet launch. So if you have an interest in this, we would welcome you to come. Just reach out to us, let us know so we know that how many people are attending, so we can make accommodations and make sure that we have the space and seating for you. But yes, and if you have anyone else that you think may be interested, we would encourage you to share this Facebook Live with them. And have them reach out to one of us. If Denny, if you would want them to contact you, you can go ahead and give them your contact information, whether
Absolutely. Telephone or text would be 260-316-6781. And Faith Harvest is located right next to Carnegie Library, just to the west, right next door.
that's right.
We'd love to have you.
And I will go ahead and put those details in the comments as well. So that way you can access that information. But again, Theresa Steele, Denny Springer, and we have some other people that have been involved. So that were included in that meeting yesterday.
Yes.
Again, I already mentioned Heidi Hayscamp. There was Mike Kane, Dick Randall. And these other people already have some ministries that they're involved with, and we'll talk more about that.
Mhm.
Tim Terrell, Sherry Grant, let me think. So Carla Elliott,
Mhm.
and then I'm trying to think, picture in my head who was all sitting at that table.
I think you and that was it, I believe.
Okay, so but we did have a great group yesterday, and we're wanting to extend that circle and then come together and love on our community. So if you want to be part of that, again,
Absolutely.
we welcome you. Just reach out to us and let us know that you're going to come and attend. And if you have anyone else that you think would be interested, again,
Yes.
share this with them. The more the merrier.
Yeah. And moving forward, there was so much enthusiasm yesterday. Very encouraged.
Yes,
Yeah.
same here.
Mhm.
So, all right, Steuben, let's make this happen.
All right.
We'll see you soon.
Yep.